Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it there. Charles Gangland, Chauncey Billups. Everybody know what's going on. Chauncey Billups, NBA got a scandal going on right now. We're going to run through it quick because we want to know if LeBron James is going to be pulled into this scandal.
Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups is facing charges in an illegal gambling operation. Sources say he was arrested as part of an illegal poker ring tied to the mafia. He's expected to make his first court appearance in Oregon later today. Meanwhile, Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier.
It happened yesterday and I wasn't able to talk about it. Is, you know,
Hold on. Let's get a good one in.
What's going on?
Hold on. I don't want that one.
I'm now going to turn the podium over to FBI Director Kash Patel.
Good morning. Today we are here in New York to announce a historic arrest across a wide-sweeping criminal enterprise that envelops both the NBA and La Casa Nostra. The men and women up here standing with me represent a small portion of the leadership team that brought profound justice in an era that needed it more than any. I'll just highlight some of the details in the case and the FBI work, and then you'll hear from the others. But as you now know, individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today, former, current NBA players and coaches. What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing. Not only did we crack into the fraud that these perpetrators committed on the
Salute. We appreciate the subscribe.
grand stage of the NBA, but we also entered and executed a system of justice against La Casa Nostra to include the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese crime families. And you'll hear more about those details today. The charges and the arrests that were taken down across this country range from wire fraud, money laundering, extortion, robbery, illegal gambling. This FBI will leave no room for any perpetrator of crime across the country.
Cam, what's the deal, my boy?
A lot about our work of defending the homeland and crushing violent crime. Well, this work is also representative of a colossal portion of the FBI's mandate to keep America safe and to keep our entertainment industry fair and secure. The men and women that are standing up here today worked tireless hours, days, months, and years. And the fraud is mind-boggling. It's not hundreds of dollars. It's not thousands of dollars. It's not tens of thousands of dollars. It's not even millions of dollars. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars in fraud and theft and robbery across a multi-year investigation. And we could not have done it without our interagency partners that are before us today. The NYPD, HSI, and teams of law enforcement officials from around the country made this day possible. It takes a team to bring this kind of justice, sweeping justice, into the halls of the United States courtrooms, where our brave United States attorney has led this prosecution. It takes courageous prosecutors to stand before you and say, we will not allow this kind of illicit activity to happen, not only at the national sporting level, but also where it hides in La Casa Nostra. And when these two collided together, they perpetrated a fraud that is historic in terms of not just money, but the scheme and the deceit that they utilize to steal and swindle people from money, to include crypto fraud. This is an operation that showcases to you that under President Trump's administration, there is no room for any.
What's happening? What's going on with everybody? Shout out to everybody, Cammy in the room. You know what I'm saying? HB4, what's happening? Auntie Mimi, damn homie, what's happening? That damn homie? I thought she was.
Type of criminal behavior, be it on the world's largest stage or in the back rooms of tiny parlors where guard games are being played. We are proud to stand here today with the men and women of the FBI and this legal team. And to the United States Attorney, I just want to thank you personally for taking the time to display the work that the media is about to hear about today in detail. As I said, it does take courageous prosecutors, but it takes a courageous United States attorney to bring this case, because we are going to take heat for it. But we don't shy away in this administration. We don't say no. What we do is we bring the results across the finish line. We bring them to the public. We bring you accountability. And yes, they will have their day in court, and you will hear the evidence through the court system exclusively. We will not deny anyone of due.
No, I see that. No, you good. Because you was a mod in my other channel. I'm like, why the hell you in a mod here? But no, you good. I got you. Because I got two channels. I'm like, what the fuck going on? No, you good. She always doing some bullshit. I ain't earned my mind yet.
Process. And that's the brilliance of this system. That's the brilliance of this administration. Everyone will be held to account. So with that, I turn it over to United States Attorney Nosella. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, hold on. We start right 1 second, you know what I'm saying? You working. I see you now for sure. Hey, damn, homie. I forgot to say this, though. Good. Thank you for finding Richie. Because I was believing everybody saying he was gone. He was rest in peace or whatever they were trying to say. Thank you. Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. I don't like him like that, but I don't want him to be gone. I ain't gonna lie.
Thank you, Director Patel. To be clear, we're announcing today indictments in two major cases, both involving fraud. One involves sports betting, and the other involves illegal gambling, very specifically rigged poker games.
He in the yellows and blues. Don't say that he yellows and blues, man. No, Richie.
The first indictment involves 6 defendants who are alleged to have participated in one of the most brazen sports corruption since online sports betting became widely legalized in the United States. This scheme is an insider sports betting conspiracy that exploited confidential information about National Basketball Association athletes and teams. The second indictment involves 31 defendants.
Let me tell you something. That yellow and blues don't stop you from fighting. That yellows and blues, because you go to court with regular people. He don't go to court with regular people. That yellows and blues don't stop him from fighting at all. It may stop him from fighting inside the dorms, but he got to go to court with regular people. And they're going to be squabbling in court for sure.
Alleged to have participated in a nationwide scheme to rig illegal poker games. These defendants, which include former professional athletes, used high-tech cheating technology to steal millions of dollars from victims in underground poker games that were secretly fixed. The games in the New York area were backed by the Bonanno Gambling.
Hey, listen, I'm smoking on roaches all day today, man. I gotta wait till my blunts get here. I ain't got no blunts, no wraps, no papers, no nothing. So I gotta just smoke roaches. Come on, a little clip, and I'm on. Get the mics up, everybody. Let's get the mics up, please. Let's get the mics up, man. We got damn homie in here. All them ass and titties all in the building. She got, just imagine her titties in the camera right now. We got damn homie in the building, y'all. Ass and titties in the air. You know what I'm saying? Salute. Oh, shit. Oh, what's the crib? Hey, listen, I just stopped this shit, but I ain't.
Bino and Genovese crime families of La Cosa Nostra. While the cases are separate.
And her little nigga listening. I don't know who you is, but don't get mad at her. She can't control my mouth.
There are 3 overlapping defendants charged in both cases: Damon Jones, Eric Ernest, and Shane Hennon. The indictments in these cases contain only allegations, and the defendants are presumed innocent until they are proven guilty in a court of law. But my message to the defendants who've been rounded up today is this. Your winning streak has ended. Your luck has run out. Violating the law is a losing proposition, and you can bet on that.
No point intended. You can bet on that. No point intended.
First, I would like to talk about United States versus Ernest, the NBA basketball gambling case. The defendants in this case are Eric Ernest, Marvez Farley, Shane Hennon, De Niro Laster, Damon Jones, a former NBA player and coach, and Terry Rozier, a current NBA player. Other co-conspirators were previously charged for their roles in the scheme, including former NBA player Jontay Porter. Between December 2022 and March 2024, these defendants perpetrated a scheme to defraud by betting on inside, non-public information about NBA athletes and teams. The non-public information included when specific players would be sitting out future games, or when they would pull themselves out early for purported injuries or illnesses. They relied on corrupt individuals, including Jones and Rozier. They also misused information obtained through long-standing friendships that they had with NBA players and coaches. And in at least one instance, they got their information by threatening a current player, Porter, because of his pre-existing gambling debts. Defendants used this non-public information to play.
Damn, so they was in this. Hey, listen, you got a gambling debt. This now you owe some people's money. You owe them money. Listen, you gotta throw a game or two. Whoa! So that's why we never win it on these sports bets and all this. You know what I'm saying? All these people don't never win. This is why we never win, brother. This is why we never win, because they rigging it. Hey, I think we need to get some of our money back. All these rigging games. I think we go to a class action lawsuit. All the money that I just sports bet and did it in.
Place hundreds of thousands of dollars in fraudulent bets, mostly in the form of prop bets on individual player performance. The bets were placed through online sports books and also in person at casinos. The defendants relied on a network of straw bettors to place the maximum amount of bets to increase their potential profits. Most of these bets succeeded, and the intended losses were in the millions of dollars. The defendants then laundered their illegal winnings in various ways: peer-to-peer platforms, bank wires, and simple cash exchanges. The indictment details specific examples where the defendants profited from illegal gambling and illegal betting on various.
Breaking news with ODM Slim. Hey, don't get me wrong. My breaking news is when I break it. Don't think, oh yeah, this happened 3 days, 4 days, 5 days ago. So what? Breaking news with ODM Slim.
NBA games about the performance of players on, among other things, the Charlotte Hornets, the Portland Trail Blazers, the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Toronto Rangers. Each defendant.
Toronto Rangers? Who's the Rangers? The man said Toronto Rangers. This man need to stop smoking crystal meth. Toronto Rangers? They got the Texas Rangers baseball team. They got the Toronto Raptors. I must go with the Raptors. Rawr, Raptor. Dinosaur. Rawr, Raptor. Not the Rangers. You know what I'm saying? The LA Lakers is got. Why the Lakers got something to do with this? What they got to say with the Lakers? Why the Lakers got to do this, brother? They gonna talk about the Lakers, brother. We'll F the NBA up. Y'all trying to mess with the Lakers right now. Y'all better mess with the Dodgers right now either. The Dodgers doing their thing. Dodgers finna win this World Series for sure. Talking about the Rangers. No, man, Texas or Toronto.
In the NBA basketball gambling case has been charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud and conspiracy to commit money laundering. Now, I would like to turn to the other case, United States versus Aiello, the rigged poker game case. Beginning as early as 2019, the defendants in this case orchestrated.
See, they said the players was rigging the games, right? Now, the other people was rigging. Now, this was Chauncey Billups come in with the poker games.
Created a scheme to use wireless cheating technology to run rigged poker games across the United States, including in the Hamptons, Las Vegas, Miami, and Manhattan. The scheme targeted victims known as, quote, fish, who were often lured to participate in these rigged games by the chance to play alongside former professional athletes who were known as, quote, face cards. The so-called face cards included the defendant Chauncey Billups, who at the time of the scheme was a former NBA player and is currently the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, and also Damon Jones, a former NBA player and coach. What the victims, the fish, didn't know is that everybody else at the poker game, from the dealer to the players, including the face cards, were in on the scam. Once the game was underway, the defendants fleeced the victims out of tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars per game. The defendants used a variety of very sophisticated cheating technologies, some of which were provided by other defendants in exchange for a share of the profits from the scheme. For example, they used off-the-shelf shuffling machines that had been secretly altered in order to read the cards in the deck, predict which player at the table had the best poker hand, and relay that information to an off-site operator. The off-site operator sent the information via cell phone back to a co-conspirator at the table, and that person at the table was known as the quarterback. The quarterback then signaled secretly the information he had received from others to others.
You know what? All it took was one person getting arrested. One person got arrested probably for I bet any money. The person that got arrested for some drug debt, and probably told on the whole poker scheme. God damn.
Others at the table, and together they used that information in order to win their games and to cheat the victims. Defendants used other cheating technologies such as poker chip tray analyzers, which is a poker chip tray that secretly reads cards using a hidden camera, special contact lenses or eyeglasses that could read pre-marked cards, and an X-ray table that could read cards face down on the table. What you see depicted on the screen right now is an example of the X-ray table that reveals the cards. Although they are face down on the table, they can be read because of the X-ray technology. The Mafia, specifically members and associates of the Bonanno, Gambino, and Genovese organized crime families, had pre-existing control over non-rigged, illegal poker games around New York City. As a result, they also became involved in the rigged poker games, helping to organize the games and taking a cut of the proceedings, and working to enforce the collection of debts. The defendants laundered their proceeds, including
Good afternoon, Mo.
through cash exchanges, the use of multiple shell companies, and through cryptocurrency transfers. As part of the scheme, some of the defendants and their co-conspirators also committed acts of violence, including the gunpoint robbery of a person in order to obtain a rigged shuffling machine, and extortions that were perpetrated against victims in order to ensure that they repaid their gambling debts. Defendants who participated in the rigged poker scheme are charged with wire fraud conspiracy. Other defendants have been charged with crimes including illegal gambling, money laundering, Hobbs Act robbery, and extortions. This case demonstrates our office's unrelenting commitment to fighting the scourge of organized crime in whatever form it takes.
What we're announcing today is not just another takedown. It's the result of more than 2 years of coordinated investigative work by the NYPD's Joint.
2 years, man. 2 years they've been watching these people doing it up. 2 years somebody done told. Come on, let's get the mics up, y'all. Let's get the mics up. Double tap the screen. Somebody double tap the screen. We know everybody y'all probably working, y'all probably in the middle of y'all thing. Just double tap the screen for your boy one time. We need 50 people to double tap the screen right now for your boy one time out of 250. Come on.
An organized crime task force and the FBI. 2 cases that exposed criminal networks led by 34 individuals who believed the rules did not apply to them. They hid behind layers of complexity, behind money, and behind influence, believing those things would shield them from accountability. The first case, Operation Nothing But Bet, exposed a gambling ring built around professional basketball, where players and associates allegedly used inside information to manipulate prop bets on major sports betting platforms. They placed wagers on unders on players to score less, rebound less, assist less, using information that was not yet public. In some instances, players altered their performance or took themselves out of games to make sure that those bets paid out. One example occurred on March 23rd, 2023 in Charlotte. Terry Rozier, an NBA player now with the Miami Heat, but at the time playing for the Hornets, allegedly let others close to him know that he planned to leave the game early with a supposed injury. Using that information, members of the group placed more than $200,000 in wagers on his under statistics. Rozier exited the game after just 9 minutes, and those bets paid out, generating tens of thousands of dollars in profit. The proceeds were later delivered to his home, where the group counted their cash. As the NBA season tips off,
they making millions of dollars. They still cheating people. That's cold. They making millions of dollars yearly, and they still cheating people. Cold game. Cold game. This is cold-blooded.
His career is already benched, not for injury, but for integrity. As a result of this investigation, 6 defendants, including Rozier, are now facing conspiracy to commit bank and wire fraud. In a second case, Operation Zen Diagram, investigators uncovered a long-running scheme in which members and associates of several well-known organized crime families rigged high-stakes poker games across the country. These operatives included capos and multiple soldiers from the Bonanno, Gambino, Lucchese, and Genovese crime families, bringing 4 of the 5 families together in a single indictment.
God damn. Bring 4 out of 5 families. They still have the 5 families still running around this motherfucker doing it after. 4 out of 5 families are part of the indictment. This is cold-blooded. They got the mafia back outside. The mafia just got indicted again, brother. They just indicted some of the mafia again. Man, run that back. This the head. This the 3 main families, 5 the real families.
Soldiers from the Bonanno, Gambino, Lucchese, and Genovese crime families, bringing 4 of the 5 families together in a single indictment is extraordinarily rare. It reflects
extraordinary rare, exactly. That is some of the rarest things ever, right? Extraordinary rare, right? I gotta believe that. I gotta believe that.
How deep and how far this investigation reached, and the skill and the persistence it took to get here. That work uncovered a deliberate.
I'm not saying they went somewhere. Not saying they went somewhere, right? It just saying the elevation of the mafia from nigga the 50s. Nigga, this is families from the 40s, 50s. Still, I'm just saying it's like. This is saying like Crips and Bloods, like you send original shit, like nigga, these niggas still banging that shit, cuz. This is generations of this shit.
Technologically sophisticated operation designed to carry out their crimes. They used custom shuffling machines that could read the order of cards, barcoded decks, and hidden cameras built into tables and light fixtures. The organizers also enlisted well-known public figures, former and current NBA.
For sure.
players and coaches, including Chauncey Billups, the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, an NBA champion and a Hall of Famer, to make the games appear legitimate. Victims believed that they were sitting at a fair table. Instead, they were cheated out of millions. One victim in particular lost $1.8 million. In total, losses exceeded $7 million and continue to climb. And when
one victim, 1.8 mil. He just lost 1.8 mil. He better have some billions.
People refused to pay, these defendants did what organized crime has always done. They used threats, they used intimidation, and they used violence. It's the same pattern that we have seen for decades. Traditional mob enforcement methods combined with new technology to expand the reach of their operations.
It's not popular to go after some of the defendants that we went after today, but justice is served blindly. And how do we countermand that? Simple. The unsealing of these indictments today shows the force of the Department of Justice and our great Attorney General and the leadership that we have at the FBI and the team here to specifically mete out justice. And look, let's not, mince words. This is the insider trading saga for the NBA. That's what this is. That's why we are going to take heat. But as the evidence comes out, as the indictments are unsealed, you will see the extensive work these men and women put in, countless hours over years, and that's how we countermand it.
So the dates on these indictments that they were filed are October 9th and October 16th. Can you talk about the timing of moving in now? Why now?
We will not publicly discuss the timing of when we do takedowns. I will only say that we do takedowns in a coordinated fashion with our law enforcement partners and the U.S. Attorney at the appropriate time to make sure that we ensure the integrity of the investigation, as the United States Attorney said, an investigation that is very much ongoing.
Director Patel, you said insider trading for the NBA. What are the implications of this case for other sports leagues and for the legal gambling industry in general?
Simple. If you're participating in the legal gambling industry, you got nothing to worry about. If you're participating in illegal conduct, you got everything to worry about, and this case shows it.
He said it. Hey. What's called said out of his own mouth, he said, listen, he said, hey, everybody caught. Everybody caught now. Let's go see what what's called say when he got caught. Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas. Two months ago.
Well, let's switch gears. Now, I know this is an active case, we can't really talk about it, but you end up getting arrested over federal gambling charges. And you're now out.
Look at his eyes. Why he look like that? Look at his eyes. Whoa, why? He like, what the F are we? Why would you do that? Like,
what the fuck?
Why would you do that? Like, you're just gonna just say that just outright? Just, what? Are you serious?
You came out the same day. What is the status of that case?
I don't know.
No idea?
I would just be honest here. The reason I came out is because I didn't really know what I was being charged with.
Okay.
So me doing a celebration, that's just me doing a celebration. I didn't know what this was until I started reading.
Okay. But you do have an official charge right now.
Yeah.
Can you say what it is?
Conspiracy to gamble or conspiracy to do poker or illegal gambling, and then conspiracy of gambling. Or it's one and the other, like a conspiracy to do it and then do it, which I don't, and then lying. Lying, I think. Yeah, something.
And then lying of doing it. Doing it. Conspiracy of doing it. And then lying.
How do you lie to the FBI and now you're running for president? Seriously, how do you lie to the FBI and now you're running for president?
I'm just saying, and then lying.
About lying. Conspiracy to lie. I don't know fucking know, man.
Okay. When you got arrested, how'd you...
Conspiracy to lie. Conspiracy to lie is crazy word. Conspiracy to lie, I don't know. Something like that. It's one of them.
You feel?
It's funny.
Tell me, break down the actual arrest day. How did it happen? Do you have any idea it was coming?
No.
None at all?
No.
Your lawyer didn't give you a call and say, hey, man, listen, they approached me. They want you to turn yourself in, some. No, they just came in and arrested.
No, yeah, just 5 in the morning. It's about 6:30 in the morning. The funny thing is, I'm usually gone. I'm usually going to get coffee, right? And then I'm coming back to the house. So I didn't, I slept in a little bit. So, hearing, loudspeaker, on 6:30 in the morning, I'm like, oh, what the fuck is going on? Oh, they probably getting the neighbors next door.
Oh, shit, I'm the neighbor next door.
Because they're foreigners, so like, oh, shit. Shit went down.
ICE is coming.
And then, then they started, like, saying the actual address. I'm like, maybe is that us? Like, oh, shit. So I go on the balcony, I look, and then, like, there's fucking guns aiming, like, whoa.
They had guns aiming at you.
At the house, yeah.
Damn.
I'm kind of, it's like a lot of levels. Right?
Yeah, no, I'm in your house.
Yeah. So I'm looking down, like oh, shit, the fuck is all this, right? So, and then my wife's French. So she's thinking, oh, shit, ICE. And I'm like,
okay.
Yeah, like, oh, I thought you was legal.
That's why you married me.
Yeah. So she's like, okay, let me.
Why French? She's like, ICE. ICE is outside, babe. ICE is outside. And she's bad, though. And she's a baddie, though. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep that real. She's a baddie. Woo! French. Wee. She like that wee.
Get dressed, so I'm like, okay, let me just go out there and like run interference because I don't want them breaking through the door, right? Even though it's a heavy door, but just no fucking break it. So I'm like, okay, you get dressed, and I'm like, hey, put your hands up, and then I hear like, we have a warrant for your arrest, and I kind of like look back to see if she was back there, and she wasn't. So then I'm going down, and then they start putting handcuffs on, and I'm like, no, I'm American. That's all I remember saying. No, I'm American. And then, because we thought it's ISIS. We thought it was ICE. So, they put me in there, and I'm just sitting there like where are we going? Start getting on the fucking freeway, like going downtown. Like, I don't want to go downtown. What the fuck go downtown for? Like, Are you kidnapping me? I didn't know, and I didn't want to say anything, so I'm just trying to shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Then, eventually I'm seeing stuff. I'm seeing people, I'm in sales with people, don't know them, so I'm just like, what's going on? Like,
are they recognizing you in the jail cell? Like, hey, man, aren't you Gilbert Arenas? Like, you're the tallest one in there.
I think one person had a bunch of tattoos. He said he was in there for, like, intervening ICE breakup or something like that. So, you know what I mean? So, because he's the only one that spoke English, and he, so I'm like, okay, so I don't know what none of it is.
Huh.
And then I remember, like, I'm going out there in the courtroom, and then they asked me, do I know what the charges are? And I literally said no. And then my lawyer hit me, and I'm like, I don't fucking know. He just say yes. Oh, yeah. And then I get my bail, and then do that, and then I start reading.
Huh. How much is the bail?
$50K.
Okay. A chunk, but a chunk that you could afford.
10K? No.
10K?
Was it 50? Yeah.
10K.
I don't know what it was. My wife did it.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
An amount that you could
10K?
just...
10K bill? Was it? Does that sound about right?
Does that sound about right? Hold on.
Individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today. Former, current NBA players and coaches.
The international crime. what the NBA do to y'all?
Brother polite. Brother, that's
I had to
brother
think about
knowledge.
it. It's mafia, but it's just local,
You've been
black.
around brother knowledge.
You've been around
You've been around brother
The
knowledge.
international crime bosses, blacks.
Right.
Okay.
You need a face.
They don't got jumpers.
You need a face.
You need a
They don't got jumpers.
None of them gave Kobe
Like,
six.
look, I watch enough movies to know the last group you want to snitch on is the mafia.
Right.
Yeah.
Adam Silver, you wasn't gonna open those arenas up as polling stations.
Yeah, listen, I watch Dateline. They still ain't found people since 1947.
When you seen them?
They still ain't found people since 1947. It's crazy work. That boy said, I ain't snitching on the mob. Brother, I'd rather snitch on my mother. I'm not snitching on the mob. I'd rather snitch on my mother. Crazy work.
I like my YouTuber career.
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV. And things like that all over the internet. And he had also went up on the gram and said, y'all ain't ish for this. If I ever tell, it would be on Kwame Brown. And he put up the post that niggas was circulating about him being Nino Brown inside of the courtroom, saying I'm taking everybody down with me. It's they the ones that start to see him be the Cash Money brothers. He trolling and joking on Kwame Brown right there. You know, they always gonna have they back and forth. They stay into it. So he just making a little joke on Kwame Brown. Then he kept joking and mocking it.
Informant, got the informant lunch on the set.
I'm merely a host, Josiah Johnson. We have yet to see Gilbert Arenas, a very tough Thursday for some. Oh, here he comes. With the
Hey, how y'all doing, baby? Hey, listen, I'm a six man. Hiding in the shadows. How y'all doing, man? What's the? No, this is my lunch, man. I ain't get to eat it over there, man. I was talking too much.
Wait, what is that? I got information on the new cake.
You feel me?
What's that, a Danish?
Oh, yeah, got my little Danish. Hey, man, look, I ain't gonna lie, they treat you good over there.
The first 48, you come back. That news. They give you coffee in there? Give you coffee in there?
He did all that for a Danish.
Right?
No, I got Brother Jones.
Okay. With 2 pieces of shit.
It's safe.
There ain't no game around here.
My bad.
It's safe.
The show must go on. Listen, the Blazers wasn't going to win anyway. The last thing they needed was their coach.
Well, we said 5 2 years ago.
Well, that's crazy.
We was screaming it. We were saying fire him 2 years ago.
They could have saved some money.
Ladies and gentlemen, blessed to have our freedom here in Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog.
Info on the other side. Huh? It say info. What is it?
Information. Got a lot of information.
Info.
Alas, this is Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog. As I previously told you, I'm merely a host, Josiah Johnson, joined as always by the legend Gilbert Arenas. Next to Gil, bringing his championship experience to the arena, NBA champion of the world, Swaggy P, Nick Young.
I like the other sound effects when I don't want the.
Now let's get the other one, please.
There you go.
Hey, Swag, I woke up this morning, did not know if you might be making that noise today. Blessed to see you here on the couch. Did not know. A lot of shit going on. Strange things afoot around Adam Silver's National Basketball Association.
Right.
But on this side of the couch, man that goes by many names. Money Making Sonny, Championship Charles, but you know him best as Cemetery Larry, NCAA champion of the world, Rashad McCants, back in the arena. Rashad, I know you watched the games last night.
I don't watch shit. I don't know what's going on.
Don't know?
I'm not privy to anything right now.
I ain't see shit. I
don't know shit, but y'all gonna find out today, though. Goddamn, I done found out at the same time as everybody else.
And last but not least, representing Tough Crowd University, Mr. Buxton 6, Mr. B. Brandon Jennings back here with us.
Mr. Buxton 6.
Yeah, you saw Giannis yesterday.
Giannis looking good.
You saw how he came in?
Tough crowd down.
That's it. Tough crowded.
I wore his shirt, he wore my shirt.
We got a lot of things to discuss. Some things we may not discuss. We shall see. But here's what's cracking.
No, we got something to discuss. Look, I'm good for all the trolling. That's cool, but Rachel Nichols is foul.
What did Rachel Nichols do good?
She used my video, and she actually wrote that I possibly snitched.
Oh, not Rachel.
I listen, I'm going to troll with the best of them. But to ask that question,
no, she didn't do that.
because then it makes me really want to, like, first of all, two of them niggas is gambling on NBA. One is throwing poker games and robbing his friends. Ain't got shit to do with me. I'm gonna tell on this nigga. Wow, I'm gonna tell on him. Like, you know what I mean? My case is all a whole bunch of Igors and Igors, right? And I don't like this. What's going on? I see the word mafia.
Yeah.
But the only faces I see is Negroes.
Yeah.
Not Crenshaw Mafia.
NBA.
Not Crenshaw Mafia.
Not Crenshaw Mafia.
NBA is Negroes.
Yeah.
Look, I'm good for all the trolling. That's cool, but Rachel Nichols is foul.
What did Rachel Nichols do good?
She used my video, and she actually wrote that I possibly snitched.
Oh, not Rachel.
I listen, I'm going to troll with the best of them. But to ask that question,
no, she didn't do that.
because then it makes me really want to, like, first of all, two of them niggas is gambling on NBA. One is throwing poker games and robbing his friends. Ain't got shit to do with me. I'm gonna tell on this nigga. Wow, I'm gonna tell on him. Like, you know what I mean?
Hey, we need 8 more likes. Get them 8 more likes, man. Come on. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get. We got to 8 to 2:30. 2:30. I'm finna get up out. I got an interview. I got to do with Baby Runner on Yacht TV. So y'all be specking that interview coming out. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna get on this interview right quick. Shout out Mummy Dust. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got that Mummy Dust, you don't fuck with us, man. Y'all got to order that Mummy Dust. Order it up, man. We was getting them sales was going through the roof, and now they going down. I don't got no work to do. I'm in here bored. Y'all be get them orders in.
My case is all a whole bunch of Igors and Igors, right? And I don't like this. What's going on? I see the word mafia.
Yeah.
But the only faces I see is Negroes.
Right.
Not Crenshaw Mafia.
NBA. You know what I mean? It's NBA. Like, wait a minute. Hold on, man. Like, what's going on here? Y'all, what y'all going on? What the NBA do to y'all?
Brother polite. Brother, that's
I had
not
to
brother
think about
knowledge.
it. It's mafia, but it's just local
You've been
black.
around brother knowledge.
You've been around
brother
the international crime bosses, blacks. Right. Okay.
You need a face.
They don't got jumpers.
You need a face.
You need a
They don't got jumpers.
You need a face.
Like, I'm gonna look, I watch enough movies to know the last group you want to snitch on is the mafia.
Right.
Yeah.
Adam Silver, you wasn't gonna open those arenas up as polling stations.
Yeah, listen, I watch Dateline. They still ain't found people since 1947.
When you seen them?
I like my YouTubing career.
And we enjoy it as well. Blessed to be employed by the good folks over at Underdog. Whoop whoop.
Woo woo.
But we have
Kwame
some.
still out?
What?
No, is Kwame still out? Because I swore I told on him plenty of times.
Still,
Like I know, like
still in
what I'm
YouTube
saying
jail.
is, like Georgia, like he's in your area. Just pull up. You gonna find something. Just pull up. You gonna find something. You gonna find him, his brother, one of them. Woo!
Nah, you should wear a D-Lo shirt today.
D-Lo.
He said Kwame. He trying to stitch on Kwame Brown. He trying to stitch on Kwame Brown. He said, man, look, go Kwame Brown. You know what I'm saying? Pull up over there. You gonna find something. Kwame Brown ain't doing shit.
D-Lo.
I said
Little
with a
D-Lo.
No, but I don't have a problem with Little D though.
Let me see.
You got a problem with Little D-Lo.
LeBron James.
I don't.
Well,
that's my buddy.
I'm gonna bring this LeBron. I got a couple of minutes real fast. I got a couple minutes. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple of minutes, so I'm probably going a little over, but I'm gonna do the LeBron James little part real fast because some people it's saying is LeBron James in trouble. Is LeBron in trouble? Is this going to mess with his NBA career, or is this going to mess with his Hall of Fame situation? LeBron James. LeBron James. LeBron. LeBron James. Salute, Cam.
Camely, $4.99 super
Salute.
chat. LAMX ODMX GVNG.
Come on, man. This for that. I gotta play the song. This for that. My boy Cam got the song played. You gotta get the song played. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get that song played. And in Gangland, it's Out the Muddy Gangland. Loyalty's a must, man. Out the Muddy Gangland. He said smoking that mummy dust. Yeah, smoking to the gods. You can't smoke with us, man. Smoke to the gods. You ain't one of us. Spoke to the gods, you ain't one of us. Straight up. What's going on? Out of here.
And they both double jointed. Loose leaf, 3 points, you won't be disappointed. Ballin' so hard when I hit the court. Ballin' so hard I had mixed the sport. I did a kick flip off the top rope. Windmill slam, dunk in the end zone. I hit grand slams, babe, ain't no friend zone. However you want it, baby, we been on. Look, baby, to the top with this shit. Had to leave my last bitch, she was not with this shit. Gotta plot till I'm rich, I can't stop till I'm lit. Me and you against the world, I feel like Pac in this bitch. You know I ain't dying or getting shot in this bitch. The Dior bag got a 50 shot in that bitch. Whatever you want is getting got in this bitch. We eat good, we take trips, we be shopping and shit, yo.
Camely, $1.99 super chat.
Go ahead.
KG said LeBron off the new HGH.
Oh.
If you reach this, if you reach this point, you won't be disappointed. You see we in your lobby like nigga, is you join it? Stepped in the club like the scene from Belly. I'm from Omaha, but not what you seen on Belly. Hanging rats by they tail if you think you tellin'. None of my niggas failed, but some of them felons. I'm next to Hamilton like I lived in Kellum. That's where I met John Wick, let's go to Parabellum. Got chains of bad bitches, come grab you one. Giving out baddie chains like Natalie Nunn. When you at the top, they hope that gravity come. This shit flat, bitch, ain't no gravity, son. This shit sweet, I'ma eat till cavities come. All week, I'ma feast till Saturday come. Blow a hole in your neck, we got Latter-day guns. And I need my whole check when your afterpay come. I spoke to the gods, you not one of us. The round table, you can't sit with none of us. Out the pound, baby, can't get rich with none of us. Smoking with the ancestors off this mummy dust. LAM, ODM, what a bang, man. LAM, ODM, in the gangland. These niggas ain't loyal, it's such a shame, man. Loyalty's a must, out the muddy gangland.
Loyalty's a must, out the muddy gangland. Run that back.
Such a shame, man. Loyalty's a must, out the muddy gangland. Man, LAM, ODM, in the gangland. These niggas ain't loyal, it's such a shame, man. Loyalty's a must, out the muddy gangland.
Stop it, man. It's out the muddy gangland, man. Loyalty's a must. Out the muddy gangland.
You know what the biggest fear is right now, Tom? If all of a sudden, you know who their superstar of the last 2 decades is that they're hoping has nothing to do with this? LeBron James.
Oh, for sure.
And let me tell you, who is LeBron James's guy?
Damon Jones.
No. I'm
Matt
talking
Carter? Lawyer?
management. I'm
Carter?
talking management.
Rich Paul?
Okay.
Rich Paul?
I'm talking management. So do you know the story of Matt Carter?
I do. I mean, I know Mav. Why? I
I mean, maybe I don't know this story. What's the story?
Do you know his gambling story?
Oh, I'm familiar with a little bit of it, yes.
Okay, so Maverick Carter, who is who?
That's LeBron's guy.
That's LeBron's guy, and he's the CEO of Spring Hill Company.
Clutch Sports.
And uninterrupted, Clutch Sports, who is co-founded with who? LeBron James.
LeBron, yeah.
Rob, can you do me a favor? Ask ChatGPT, has Mav Carter had gambling issues in the past before? Yeah. And look how he answers the questions. According to multiple news reports, Mav Carter did admit in November of 2021, this is not a long time ago, okay, that he placed about 20 bets on football and basketball games over the course of a year, ranging $5,000 to $10,000. He said he used the services of a bookie named Wayne Nix, who ran an illegal sports betting ring. Carter told investigators he could not recall placing bets on the Lakers, despite his close business association with team star player. Who is that? LeBron James. He was not charged with a crime. The statement from his side said he cooperated with investigators, was not a target, and has not been contacted again in this matter. Why? Well, the NBA can't afford to lose LeBron James, of course. While Carter admitted to the betting, the available public information does not show that he was found guilty of a crime. But what do you mean you do not recall placing a bet on the Lakers or not?
Yeah.
You do not recall. So here's what happens, okay? Here's what happens. Do you think President Trump has a memory where he remembers everybody who called him out?
1,000%.
And do you remember what LeBron called the president once? When Steph Curry, a bum.
And he constantly went after him, constantly talked crap about the
He called the
administration.
president a bum. And do you think if there's any ties, text exchange, email exchange, of Mav Carter asking, Bron, you're going to play tonight, you're not going to play tonight, you think if there's anybody, if you put 10 names of people that know on any given night if LeBron's playing or not, where would this guy rank on that list? He'd be in the top 5
Maverick
list, right?
Carter?
Yes.
He'd be numero uno.
Oh, then you know
With Rich Paul, maybe number 2.
So if Mav Carter is number 1 and Rich Paul is 2, and you gamble, you know what this is like? Then Mav Carter's Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
So Mav Carter is Nancy Pelosi because nobody has more insider information than Mav Carter. Shaq, when he's being interviewed, when they're doing Inside the NBA, he told Barkley, we were told at the beginning of the season, whether you know if anybody is playing or not, if any of your friends and family members ask, always say they're playing. Never say they're not playing. We were briefed on this at the beginning of the season. So if there is an ounce of anything on LeBron, do you think Cash and their FBI will go investigating LeBron? And imagine if they do. Imagine if they do. Think about all the black eyes athletes have had. Black eyes athletes have had. Let's go through them. Pete Rose.
Oh, yeah.
Greatest hitter of all time, 4,300 and something hits. Rob, can you pull up how many hits he had? 4,250, 4,003 something? Number 1, nobody's had more hits. I think the number 2, Ty Cobb, but 4,256, okay? Most hits. Guy played lights out. Did he ever make it into the Hall of Fame while he was alive? No. What was Michael Jordan's? Gambling. What happened there?
Oh, yeah.
Took a year and a half off and play baseball. Who else you got? A-Rod, Palmeiro, McGuire, Sosa. What was that? Steroids. What's that going to look like, Hall of Fame? FYI. If this goes that direction, none of those things will come as close to this as possible. And guess who will not go in the Hall of Fame? LeBron James.
Wow, you think so?
I don't say I think so.
No.
I said if. I know you say no. If they find anything that LeBron participated in helping his boy Mav, who's a gambler.
Oh, admittedly, illegal gambler.
Illegal gambling, admitted, and nothing happened to him. And when that nothing happened to him, that was what year? 2021? Who was president in 2021?
Joe Biden.
Okay?
Auto pen.
That's right. So guess what he cares? That's nothing for him. If they go this route and they go after Trump, and I know you said something about Stephen A. Here's what you got to realize, Vinny, about Stephen A. My thoughts on also Stephen A. I haven't told this to Stephen A. Is Who hates Stephen A?
LeBron James.
Who tried to destroy Stephen A's career?
Yeah,
LeBron James.
Who tried to make sure Stephen A never got a job? LeBron. Who hated the fact that he got the contract?
LeBron.
Who knows all those additional phone calls that were made behind closed doors? Who goes on Pat McAfee, who is the show after Stephen A, and drops the bomb on Stephen A, talks shit about him? Who did that? LeBron did. You don't think, deep down inside, Stephen A is kind of rooting for Trump? Did you understand what I just went? You don't think it's like, hey, man, listen.
Come on.
I know some stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Go Trump.
I think I know some stuff. I don't think he'll do it. But let me tell you, you know who is the one guy that I guarantee knows 90% of the stuff, 95% of the stuff that's going on here? It's Stephen A. I'm telling you right now. So Stephen A knows a lot of stuff.
Of course.
So this is the point. And by the way, Stephen A is going to watch this. We haven't had a conversation about this. I'm telling you what I'm thinking about, okay? We're gonna have the conversation. I totally get it. I'm telling you what I think is going on here. Meaning, I think in this area, if there's anybody in the NBA who are commentators who knows the true character of LeBron, it's one guy. Stephen A. Smith knows him. He knows him. So, I don't know. I think there's an element of if there's a guy that they go after that is immediate ties to LeBron is Mav Carter. If they get Mav Carter guilty by association, they get LeBron. If this happens, they keep LeBron out of Hall of Fame. Holy shit. By the way, do you know in the history of the NBA who's been kept out of the Hall of Fame? Nobody.
I was just going to say, I don't
It's
recall.
baseball that you're kept out of the Hall of Fame, not in basketball. You don't think these guys do steroids? You don't think they do growth hormone? You don't think they do GH? You don't think they do all this other stuff? What do you think? Like, you don't think they're, putting stuff in their body? Of course not.
They're playing every night.
There's never been a single person in the history of the NBA that's been banned from the Hall of Fame, and LeBron could be the first.
Oh, wow.
By the way, I'm not rooting for this. And let me tell you why I'm not rooting for this. The guy's a good father. I see how he's with his kids. He's with his wife. He says, I don't know what I would do without my wife. He's actually a good family guy.
Yeah.
But the way he went after Trump, calling him a bum and constantly mocking him as the face of the league. LeBron, Kobe never did that. Jordan never did that. Shaq never. These guys never did that. You did that. And the ratings dropped. And nobody watches it anymore like they used to. It dropped because of you. I'm willing to bet. You know when NBA viewership's going to go up? The day LeBron retires. If I'm a consultant to Adam Silver or anybody else, I would be saying, do whatever you can for this guy to retire. We got to go past the LeBron phase, and viewership will come back up. Unless if the new face of the league is going to say some bullshit like he said as well. But Mav Carter, if there's any ties to him gambling, someone's about to go like this.
Oh, yeah.
Come here. We got to talk to you. We got some questions. Give me your phones. Give me all this stuff. If Mav gets, and by the way, that'll be one of the biggest days, kind of like the day when Giuliani got the 240 mobsters that were all walking out with handcuffs.
Yeah.
Look what he's wearing right there.
Yeah. You think that's on purpose?
No, that is for sure intentional.
He's sending a message.
That is for sure intent. I'm telling you right now. You know what Chauncey's saying? LeBron, you better have my back or else.
Oh, for sure.
Because these guys, Vinny,
You know who Clutch Sports is, though, right?
That's a gambling website.
No. Clutch Sports is LeBron's
Rich
company.
Paul's
Maverick and
Their
LeBron.
company.
Oh,
No.
That's like
Rich
a
Paul's
subliminal.
company.
That's
But
like
Rich Paul's company is LeBron's company.
Yes, that's
Oh,
Clutch
wow.
Sports.
There is no Clutch Sports without LeBron.
Correct.
Oh, I thought it was a
So,
gambling
Adam,
website.
go ahead. Thoughts?
Well, yeah, there's a lot to unpack here. Number one, the mob is back. You know, we thought that organized crime was gone. We thought they were done. But here they are right in front of our face in the NBA gambling phenomenon that has swept the nation here. Ironically enough, we would try to compare Jordan to LeBron. The one thing we've never said about LeBron is that he gambles. And now, one thing you could say about Jordan, you know, whether it was his gambling on the off the court, whether it was the Vegas stuff, whether it was the golfing, you know, in the famous Last Dance thing, they were doing the throwing the money, and then the guy, the dude that went like this, the white guy, that was funny. But here's another thing: Michael Jordan, after he retired, and obviously the Jordan brand, he ended up buying, I think, the Charlotte Hornets for X amount of hundreds of millions of dollars. Ended up selling it, 10xing it, I think, for a couple $1 billion. The whole thing with LeBron, his legacy is cemented. We know that he's arguably the second greatest player of all time. What he wants to do is own an NBA franchise, and ideally it's going to be in what city, PBD? In Vegas.
Yep.
That's his whole thing. So he wants to turn Sin City into Win City, and this might be the one roadblock that he's going to have to deal with. Now, in my opinion, Maverick Carter has not been guilty of anything whatsoever. We'll see what happens there. But has Maverick Carter had a history of gambling? Yeah, he has. But from what I hear, my sources, Maverick Carter is like the brains of the operation. Rich Paul, he's more, on the agent side of things. He's sort of the hustler. But Maverick Carter is not an idiot. He's a smart guy. It would be so stupid to ruin everything you've built for 30 freaking years over some gambling debts. That to me is ridiculous. So if LeBron is implicated whatsoever, there's going to be a fall guy. Like your boy Shohei Ohtani, who might end up winning the World Series MVP. What happened with that whole gambling
that
nonsense?
Won't happen. He hasn't played great for World Series yet, but
he has a what?
He's going to be MVP, but not World Series MVP. He's still got work to do. But keep going.
Well,
don't act like you know sports a lot.
Come on, bro.
As an
already with the NBA. But what happened with that whole gambling thing?
Yeah,
everyone thought that was going to be the end of Shohei Ohtani.
That's the right point.
That the translator
came and went
really,
really fast.
But the point is this.
Why though?
There's going to be a fall guy.
Why though? But watch
They're not going to let LeBron fall.
You made a very good point, but watch this. Why did it come and leave very fast? Why?
Because sports leagues protect their superstars.
But which superstars? It's very technical here. No,
The growing
guys.
superstar.
The growing superstar.
Yeah.
The growing superstar. Not the declining superstar. So now this guy has got 1 or 2 years left. FYI, I'm telling you right now, Tom. When you come up and you kind of mind your own business and you do your own thing, you'll be left alone, right? Look at Michael. How often do you see him on TV?
Never. Now he's coming back.
Look at George Bush, GW. How often do you see him on TV?
Rarely.
How much shit does Bush get? Nothing. No,
enough.
Think about it. No.
Not enough.
I'm telling you, because he's what? He's just gone.
Yeah,
what does Obama do?
Keeps popping up.
Why?
Because he has to. Because he's owned
Bush
by the
never.
party.
Every day, I remember Obama would say, "I inherited an administration." Yeah. Bush never.
Shut up, nigga. Shut up. Now you just sound like you hating on LeBron James and Barack Obama. Like you sound like a hater. You sound like a hater. LeBron ain't going down. LeBron ain't even in there. Listen, Buster.
This is the insider trading saga.
Where if somebody asks you if a certain player is playing, you say no. So all these guys knew what was at stake, and I'm just ashamed that they put themselves and put their family and put the NBA in this position.
Shaq's point was clear. These weren't innocent mistakes or gray areas. Every player, coach, and team employee receives annual briefings on gambling rules. They know exactly what they can and cannot do. And his follow-up question hit even harder.
So if you're making $9 million and you're dealing in certain things, like how much more do you need?
He continued.
Especially if you know you get caught, you can do jail time, lose your career. Put a bad image on yourself or your family or on the NBA. I agree with you, Chuck. They dropped the ball.
But then Kenny Smith jumped in with a different perspective, one that sparked an immediate, heated debate.
I think the other part is we have to realize gambling is an addiction. So the addiction of it is what makes you make illogical decisions. So not because you make $9 million.
Kenny's argument was that gambling addiction transcends logic, wealth, and rational decision-making.
There are people who are making, as the FBI director said, there's a man who lost $1.8 million. That means he has a lot of money, so he has an addiction to that. Those fish that they talk about that they were bringing in. So gambling is an addiction which can make you make illogical decisions regardless of your ethnic background, regardless of your physical background, and regardless of your financial status.
He was essentially saying that criticizing people with gambling problems for making bad financial decisions misses the entire point of what addiction is. But Charles Barkley, he wasn't having any of it.
The reason I'm mad at Kenny is, man, this ain't got nothing to do with damn gambling addiction. This ain't got nothing to do with addiction. These dudes are stupid. Why are they stupid? you, under no circumstances can you fix basketball games. Under no circumstances.
Barkley's take was uncompromising. This wasn't about addiction. This was about stupidity and greed. You can't fix games under any circumstances, he argued. And the idea that someone making $26 million would risk it all for what amounts to pocket change is, in his words, total stupidity.
Come on, man, stop that. Ain't got nothing to do with addiction. That's just total stupidity on these two dudes' part.
This exchange wasn't just great television. It captured the genuine divide in how people are processing this scandal. Are these defendants victims of an addiction that overwhelmed their judgment, or are they simply greedy individuals who knowingly betrayed their sport for financial gain? Beyond the TNT crew, reactions from active coaches and players have been more measured but no less significant. Indiana Pacers coach Rick Carlisle, who also serves as president of the National Basketball Coaches Association, called it a shocking day and a very serious situation. He pointed out the irony that the arrests came just one day after the league had held mandatory briefings on gambling regulations for all teams. Carlisle attempted to reach out to Billups, but received no response. Los Angeles Lakers head coach J.J. Redick, a recently retired player himself, noted that the scandal was obviously on the front of everyone's awareness following team meetings that reinforced anti-gambling rules. But perhaps the most telling reactions came from anonymous sources within the league. One front office executive described the mood shift from season opening excitement to fear, questioning who else is involved. It's a nightmare for the league. A player agent admitted being surprised they got caught, but not surprised, as gambling is happening everywhere, suggesting a perception that betting temptations are ubiquitous in today's NBA. The National Basketball Players Association issued a carefully worded statement that emphasized both the integrity of the game remains our top priority, while also stressing that we will ensure members receive due process and that player popularity should not be misused for attention. The union's careful balancing act reflects the difficult position they're in, defending members' rights while not appearing to condone the alleged behavior. Social media reactions have been predictably explosive. On X, formerly Twitter, posts expressing shock at the mafia connections have gone viral, with users highlighting how the NBA's promotion of betting apps that made it possible. The schemes, the mafia, and the technology. To truly understand the magnitude of what the FBI uncovered, we need to break down exactly how these schemes worked, because this wasn't just some friends placing a few bets based on inside information. This was a sophisticated, multi-year operation that spanned from December 2022 to March 2024 for the betting scheme, and as far back as 2019 for the rigged poker games. Let's start with the insider betting scheme, what the FBI dubbed Operation Nothing But Bet. The basic concept is actually quite simple, which is probably why it was so effective. Here's how it worked. Individuals with access to NBA teams, players, coaches, or those close to them would provide non-public information to gamblers about when players would sit out games, exit early due to injuries, or have their performance affected by undisclosed ailments. The gamblers would then use this information to place prop bets, wagers on specific player statistics like points, rebounds, or assists, before the information became public. Since they knew a player wouldn't perform well or would barely play at all, they'd bet the under on that player's stats and make a fortune. Think about it. If you know for a fact that a player is going to sit out or play limited minutes, you're not gambling anymore. You're just collecting money. It's essentially insider trading for sports betting, as FBI Director Patel explicitly called it.
And look, let's not, mince words. This is the insider trading saga for the NBA. That's what this is.
The indictment details at least 7 NBA games where this insider information was exploited. Beyond the Lakers-Bucks and Hornets-Pelicans games, there's an April 6, 2023 Magic vs. Cavaliers game where tips about benching starters led to an $11,000 bet on the Cavs. The Cavs won $118.94. The conspiracy also involved multiple co-defendants like Eric Ernest, nicknamed Spook, Marvis Fairley, Vizino Locks, and Shane Hennon, Sugar, who organized bets, used NBA insider information, and then laundered the proceeds through peer-to-peer payment apps, bank wires, and simple cash exchanges. But here's what makes this particularly insidious.
He found their names, though. He found their names.
Targeted prop bets, which have exploded in popularity since sports betting was legalized. These bets on individual player performance, will player X score over or under 20.5 points, are now a massive part of the legal gambling industry, with Americans wagering over $100 billion in the first 8 months of 2025 alone. And that brings us to one of the most controversial aspects of this entire scandal. Some critics, including former Senator Bill Bradley, warned in 2024 that the NBA's embrace of sports betting partnerships would inevitably lead to exactly this kind of corruption. The league has partnerships with companies like DraftKings and FanDuel, and betting ads are now ubiquitous during broadcasts. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver has been one of the most vocal advocates for legalized sports betting, arguing that legalization actually helps detect fraud through monitoring unusual betting patterns. And in fairness, that's exactly how Porter's scheme was caught. Suspicious betting patterns flagged by sportsbooks led to the initial investigation. Now let's talk about the other scheme, the one dubbed Operation Royal Flush, because this is where things get truly cinematic. We're talking about rigged underground poker games that operated in Manhattan, the Hamptons, Las Vegas, and Miami, with 31 defendants charged in this part of the investigation. The games targeted wealthy victims who thought they were getting the chance to play high-stakes poker with former professional athletes. The presence of celebrities like Billups and Jones was meant to add legitimacy and excitement, but what the victims didn't know was that everyone else at the table, the dealers, the other players, everyone was in on the con. And the technology, it's almost unbelievable. Let me break down what federal prosecutors revealed in court documents. Altered shuffling machines. These weren't your standard card shufflers. These devices had been secretly modified to read every card in the deck as it was being shuffled, predict which player would get the best hands, and relay that information to someone off-site. Poker chip tray analyzers. These poker chip trays had hidden cameras that could read cards, giving the schemers yet another way to know exactly what everyone was holding. Special contact lenses and eyeglasses. Cards were pre-marked with special ink that was invisible to the naked eye, but could be seen through these specially designed lenses. X-ray tables. Perhaps the most sophisticated piece of equipment, these tables could literally read cards that were face down on the table surface. Federal prosecutors actually showed images of these tables in action during the press conference.
Which is a poker chip tray that secretly reads cards using a hidden camera. Special contact lenses or eyeglasses that could read pre-marked cards, and an X-ray table that could read cards face down on the table.
The way it worked was this. The off-site operator who received information from the rigged shufflers would send it via cell phone to someone at the table called the quarterback. The quarterback would then signal secretly to the other conspirators at the table, and together they would use that information to systematically clean out the victims. One victim lost $1.8 million. The total losses exceeded $7 million and were still climbing. And when victims couldn't pay or refused to pay, that's where the mafia came in.
And when people refused to pay, these defendants did what organized crime has always done. They used threats, they used intimidation, and they used violence.
The involvement of the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese crime families wasn't incidental. It was central to the entire operation. These organized crime families had pre-existing control over illegal poker games in New York City. So when the rigged games came along, they helped organize them, took a cut of the winnings, and most importantly, enforced debt collection through intimidation, threats, and violence. Federal prosecutors revealed that defendants committed acts including extortion to ensure gambling debts were paid, and even a gunpoint robbery to obtain one of the rigged shuffling machines. 13 of the 34 defendants in the poker case are alleged members or associates of these mafia families, including acting Bonanno Street boss Ernest Aiello, Gambino associates Louis Apicella and Amar Awaude, nicknamed Flapper Poker, and Genovese member Matthew Dadino, the wrestler.
Bringing 4 of the 5 families together in a single indictment is extraordinarily rare. It reflects how deep and how far this investigation reached and the skill and the persistence it took to get here.
Money was laundered through shell companies, cryptocurrency transfers, and plain old cash exchanges. The operation was so sophisticated that it took the FBI, Homeland Security Investigations, the NYPD, and the Waterfront Commission more than 4 years to fully infiltrate and dismantle it. Now here's an interesting question that a lot of people are asking. How did NBA figures get involved with organized crime? Well, the games operated in locations where wealthy individuals congregated. Manhattan, the Hamptons, Miami, Las Vegas. These are places where professional athletes, entertainers, and business executives naturally cross paths. The promise of high-stakes poker with former NBA stars would be irresistible to many wealthy gamblers. What makes this particularly troubling is that some defendants may not have initially known the games were rigged. One expert commentator noted that players are always worried about being cheated in private games, which is why many prefer to play only in regulated casinos or with people they've known for years. The possibility exists that some may have been lured in as victims themselves before being compromised and recruited into the scheme. But federal prosecutors clearly believe they have evidence that Billups and Jones knew exactly what they were doing and were active participants in the fraud. Both face charges of wire fraud conspiracy, money laundering, and illegal gambling, with potential sentences of up to 20 years in prison for each wire fraud count alone. The NBA's response has been swift. Beyond placing Billups and Rozier on leave, Commissioner Adam Silver released a statement saying the league takes these allegations with the utmost seriousness and that the integrity of our game remains our top priority. The league has been cooperating with federal authorities throughout the investigation, but the scandal has raised uncomfortable questions about the NBA's own investigative capabilities. Remember, the league investigated Rozier in 2023 and cleared him. An unnamed front office executive expressed concern that people will lose faith in the NBA's ability to investigate these things. The scope of this scandal is still unfolding. Federal prosecutors have made it clear that this is only the tip of the iceberg, but here are the full details of everything that has come to light so far. How the FBI took down an NBA empire. This wasn't just one scheme. The FBI unveiled two separate but interconnected federal investigations, one involving insider information being sold to gamblers for prop bets, and another involving rigged poker games backed by not one, not two, but four New York Mafia families, the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese crime families. Yes, you read that right. The Mafia in 2025, connected to NBA figures.
The charges and the arrests that were taken down across this country range from wire fraud, money laundering, extortion, robbery, illegal gambling.
FBI Director Kash Patel stood at a press conference in New York and described what had just unfolded. A coordinated takedown across 11 states, arresting individuals whose alleged crimes ranged from wire fraud to money laundering, from extortion to straight-up robbery. This
Salute to the subscribers.
Wasn't some small-time betting ring. This was an operation that, according to federal prosecutors, defrauded victims of at least $7 million in the poker scheme alone, with the betting conspiracy potentially involving hundreds of millions in illicit wagers.
And the fraud is mind-boggling. It's not hundreds of dollars. It's not thousands of dollars. It's not tens of thousands of dollars. It's not even millions of dollars. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars in fraud and theft and robbery across a multi-year investigation.
Now, before we dive deeper, let's talk about the big shots, because when a scandal this big breaks, everyone wants to know. Were the superstars involved? Their names have been coming up in the investigation, and the circumstances are fascinating, and in LeBron's case, deeply troubling for a different reason. The King's name surfaced because of his friend and former teammate, Damon Jones. Jones, who played alongside LeBron in Cleveland and had been serving as an unofficial assistant coach for the Lakers, allegedly did something that violated LeBron's trust in the worst possible way. According to the indictments, Jones sold non-public information about LeBron's injury status to gamblers. On February 9th, 2023, just days after LeBron broke the all-time NBA scoring record, there was a Lakers-Bucks game. Jones allegedly texted co-conspirators that Player 3, identified as LeBron James, would sit out the game due to ankle soreness, information that wasn't yet on the official injury report. The bettors used this insider knowledge to place wagers on the Bucks before the information became public. The Bucks won 115-106, but it gets worse. In January 2024, Jones allegedly tipped off another Lakers player's limited minutes due to injury. A bettor placed a $100,000 wager on the Lakers to lose based on this information. Ironically, the Lakers actually won that game, so the bet failed. But the intent was clear: use private medical information to gain an unfair betting advantage. Now here's the critical part that you absolutely need to understand. LeBron James had no knowledge of what Jones was doing. He is considered a potential victim of the criminal activity, not a participant. So who are the main villains here? Well, that brings us
So LeBron clear. So all the hater ass nigga LeBron ain't did nothing.
to the three individuals whose arrests sent
Sexy Nate, what's happening, sweetheart?
shockwaves through the sports world: Chauncey Billups, Terry Rozier, and Damon Jones. According to the indictments, Billups allegedly participated in rigged poker games and used his celebrity status to lure victims, known as fish, into these games. But he wasn't just a participant. Prosecutors allege he was a face card, a famous person whose presence made the game seem legitimate and attracted wealthy targets who had no idea they were about to be systematically cheated out of their money. And the technology used in these poker games? It sounds like something out of a spy movie. Federal prosecutors revealed that the games used X-ray tables that could read cards face down, poker chip trays with hidden cameras, shuffling machines that had been secretly altered to predict which player had the best hand, and even special contact lenses that could read pre-marked cards.
Defendants used other cheating technologies such as poker chip tray analyzers, which is a poker chip tray that secretly reads cards using a hidden camera, special contact lenses or eyeglasses that could read pre-marked cards, and an X-ray table that could read cards face down.
Hey, man, after this video, we gone, man. We out of here. This 4 minutes video, we going to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? I came here just to give y'all hour, 30 minutes, little hour or something. You know what I'm saying?
On the table.
But wait, there's potentially more to Billups' involvement. An unnamed co-conspirator matching Billups' description allegedly tipped off gamblers that the Trailblazers would tank a March 24th, 2023 game against the Chicago Bulls, providing information about which players would be rested. Over $100,000 in bets were placed on Portland to lose, and they did, badly, 124-96. The NBA immediately placed Billups on leave, with assistant coach Tiago Splitter taking over as interim head coach. Billups appeared in Portland federal court, surrendered his passport, and was released under no gambling conditions, with his arraignment set for November 24th in Brooklyn. Then there's Terry Rozier, Scary Terry, currently a guard for the Miami Heat. Rozier was arrested in Orlando and charged with wire fraud, conspiracy, and money laundering. His alleged crime? Something that strikes at the very heart of competitive integrity. On March 23rd, 2023, when Rozier was playing for the Charlotte Hornets against the New Orleans Pelicans, he allegedly informed his childhood friend De Niro Laster that he would fake an injury and exit the game early. Armed with this insider knowledge, Laster and co-conspirators placed over $250,000 in under bets on Rozier's performance statistics. Rozier left the game after just 9 minutes with only 5 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists, and the bets paid out, generating tens of thousands of dollars in profits that were split with Rozier. Rozier was also placed on immediate leave by the NBA. He posted his $6 million home as bond after prosecutors requested $10 million, and his attorney, Jim Trusty, immediately pushed back, calling the case reliant on spectacularly incredible sources and denying that Rozier faked any injuries. And then there's Damon Jones, the man who appears in both indictments. Jones faces charges in both the insider betting scheme and the rigged poker operation. Beyond the LeBron and Anthony Davis incidents, Jones allegedly acted as
LeBron James and Anthony Davis is both victims.
The face card in the rigged poker games alongside Billups, helping to lure unsuspecting victims into games where the odds were literally rigged against them. Some analysts and sportsbook executives have tried to downplay the scandal as isolated incidents, arguing that most players avoid involvement and that these represent a tiny fraction of the thousands of people involved in professional basketball. They note that legalized gambling actually helps detect fraud through monitoring systems, and that this case proves the system is working. But critics counter that the very existence of these partnerships between leagues and betting companies creates perverse incentives. As for the defendants themselves, they face serious prison time if convicted. Wire fraud, conspiracy.
Damian Jones up here running it up for sure. Damian Jones up here getting to the chili baba.
Alone carries up to 20 years, and money laundering adds another potential 20 years. The investigation remains ongoing, with FBI officials making clear that more arrests are possible. There are unnamed co-conspirators referenced in the indictments, and some of those could be other NBA figures. The next few months will likely bring more revelations as defendants potentially cooperate with prosecutors in exchange for reduced sentences. For now, what we know is this.
And it changed for reduced sentences is crazy because they is finna try to get them reduced sentence. Everybody know they finna try to get that. It's the feds we talking about. Hey, look, my cousin says 2 niggas in the feds. 2 type of niggas. Niggas that told and niggas that wish they told. These niggas, Chauncey Billups for show telling.
The FBI has exposed a massive, multi-year criminal conspiracy that involved NBA personnel, organized crime, and high-tech fraud. This isn't just about a few bad actors. It's about an industry that has enthusiastically embraced gambling revenue while perhaps not fully considering the corruption risks that come with it. The coming months will test the NBA in ways it hasn't been tested before. Can the league restore trust? Can it implement reforms that actually work? Can it balance its lucrative gambling partnerships with the need to protect the integrity of the game? Only time will tell. If you enjoyed this video, click on the ones showing on.
Y'all gotta let me know, man. Listen. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this video and all that stuff. Listen, look, get in them comments. I'm about to re-drop this video. Y'all get in the comments of the video. I don't want y'all to get in these comments. I want you to get in the video comments. Get inside the comments. Let's create the conversations. Let's get it. It's your boy ODM Slim. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be doing this, you know what I'm saying, from like 1:30 to 2, to 3 every day. We'll do a little show. So We're going to get it going, y'all. So you already know, man. Listen, tap in. Get in them comments.